video and are joining me today. Thank you so much. I'm Elle. I'm the owner of Our Forever Utopia, which is my small business, and I sell funky, quirky, unique and colourful home decor such as vases, little candle holders, plant pots and lots more other really cool, fun, interesting decor pieces that get people questioning, where did you get that from? So I started this YouTube channel in January this year and I've yet to do a Q&A, so I thought that's what we do today. I have some questions that I'm going to go through and yeah, we're just going to get straight into it. First up, when did you start the business? So technically, I started Our Forever Utopia in 2019. However, I didn't start it as the business that it is today. I started off doing dream catchers. Now, as a child, as a teenager more so, I was so obsessed with dream catchers. I had my bedroom covered in them. I loved them so much. I just ended up going to, I think it was Boy's store that sells mostly wool materials, things like that, and I got loads of coloured wool and made some dream catchers, so that a lot of them had like themes to them. Now don't get me wrong, I absolutely loved these. I thought they were incredible. I mostly sold them to family and friends until I opened my Etsy store, and I did sell some on Etsy, which looking back now, I don't know why, but I'm slightly surprised at, like, that people wanted things like that in the home. I mean, like I said, I loved them, and obviously the people who bought them loved them, but I think when you look back on your artwork, you just question yourself and think about how much better you could have done and how you would do things differently now. But everybody starts somewhere, and that is where I started. It just wasn't enough for me. It wasn't giving me enough creative energy. I wasn't excited to kind of sell them. I was excited to make them, but I wasn't excited to sell them, so I figured that that was more of a hobby. I was shopping with my now postman Nathan, who's also my fiance. He's a big part of this business in a way of he supports everything I do with it. He posts all of the parcels for me because I get really nervous to go in the post office, so he's done that from the start for me, which I appreciate so much. He's always excited to see what new designs I've done and everything like that, so he's a big part of the business in that way. We were just shopping one day in Poundland, I think, and there was these little plant pots about this big, and they had like grow your own message bean or something like that, where I think you drew on it. You drew on these little beans, planted them in the soil and everything that you got in this plant pot set, and yeah, grew your own plant apparently. And I was like, oh, they'll be fun to paint. Like, as a child, loved painting, I loved drawing. Was I very good at it? Not really. Am I that good at it now? I wouldn't say so. I'm not the best painter and drawer ever. I could definitely use practice. Even, I don't think all the practice in the world would make me a really good artist, but no, I see myself as a good artist. I don't see myself as an incredible drawer or painter or anything like that, like illustrator. But yeah, I was like, they'll be really fun to paint, so bought a few of them, and because I already had my Etsy store open, it kind of just, I don't know, the inner like business side of me was just like, I'm gonna try and sell them. I'm gonna put these on my Etsy store's there. I had no idea if anybody would buy them. They did buy them, and at the time they were very amateur designs, I'm not gonna lie. Very basic, very amateur, but I enjoyed doing them. Carried on doing plant pots from there. I was like, this is it, this is my calling, I'm gonna paint plant pots, this is it. And then moving on to 2021, which is when I sold my first vase. It was I think it was a Dalmatian vase, just literally a spotty vase. I seen the vases in the craft store and I was like, okay, this is it. Vases as well as plant pots, this is great. Like, I can have so much more like creativity with a vase than I can with a plant pot, because there's more space to work with, it's a different size. Yeah, I was like, this is great. And yeah, the first ones are done. Again, nothing to shout about. And then since then, for the past few years, I've been working on more colourful and quirky designs, trying to find my own niche, if you will. I now sell lots more things as well as the vases and plant pots. I sell candlestick holders, incense holders. I did candles for a little while. I even tried mugs, coasters, and just, yeah, lots of other homeware. And then last year was the year that I started to get into air dry clay, and it kind of sparked my creativity again. I felt like I'd done the vase, like the thing when you own a small business, in my opinion, you're always looking for the next thing. You're always like looking for the next item you can sell, or the next thing that sparks your creativity. And for me, air dry clay did exactly that. So I've been selling trinket dishes, incense holders. Like I said, this is a new product that I'm working on, little strawberry taper candle holder. So cute, I'm obsessed with it. Recently started selling mirrors. I'm now incorporating the air dry clay into my vases as well. So one of my best sellers at the minute is the Candy Hearts vase, which I just love so much. Why did you start the business? Do you have a background in business? So no, I have no background whatsoever in business. I studied art in school at like GCSE level, and probably wasn't very good. The teacher didn't like me very much, but it was the thing that I got excited about. One of the only things in school, one of the only lessons that kind of excited me. And yeah, I feel like I had no self-confidence with it, so I just didn't carry on. I carried on drawing and designing little sketches and things for my own benefit, but nothing, like, was no way going to take that to a career path choice kind of thing, if that makes any sense with how I've just said that. I was really interested in travel. I really wanted to. I had no idea basically what I wanted to do with my career, anything like that. There was a lot of things that interested me, but I just had no confidence to go down any of them avenues. But cabin crew and traveling looked like the dream career for like a few years for me. It wasn't going to be anything long term, but I looked at that and thought, do you know what, I think that's going to be incredible. It's going to bring me out my shell. It's going to build my confidence while I kind of figure out what other avenues I want to go down in life. But unfortunately, during my studies at uni, I studied travel and tourism in like a business management degree kind of setting. So there was a lot of marketing in it. There was obviously a lot of travel. My favourite part about that degree was the marketing aspect, which is really interesting, but still didn't trigger anything in me. I thought I'm not good enough to go into anything like that. And yeah, I was carrying on, really wanted to be cabin crew. Unfortunately, during my studies, I got diagnosed with nerve damage in my foot, which threw like the biggest spanner in the works. It was a really rough time for me because I thought the only thing that I kind of had direction with has been taken away from me, and trying to think of a job that doesn't involve walking or standing or anything like that is really difficult, especially trying to find something that you're actually interested in and is going to actually benefit you in some way, rather than just a job that you're doing because you have to do. That was a real struggle for me. Like, it obviously, I don't like to talk about it too much because I don't like it to define me as a person. So I don't like to be known for, oh, that's Danielle, she's got like something wrong with her foot. I've said that previously, that I don't know, I don't like to be known for it, but it is a struggle for me. I do struggle day to day, and I struggle even sitting down, but painting for me and making orders is the biggest purpose and benefit that I could have ever wished for in this life. It makes me feel like I'm doing something good for people, like I'm bringing happiness to their homes, and when people buy things for gifts for people, I'm like, oh, they're gonna open this and it's such a colourful, like quirky design, it's gonna make them smile. And yeah, this business gives me a reason to get up in the morning without being too deep. It really, I have no idea what I would do without it, if I'm totally honest, which is a scary thought to have, but I just kind of roll with it. I roll with how it is right now. I feel like that's what you've got to do in life. Just take things as they are in the moment and try not to, you know, think too far ahead. If you think too far ahead when you've got a small business of, or what about if in 2 years time, like nobody's buying anymore, or what if this happens, and what ifs are a danger zone, and I try my best to stay away from them. I hope that gives you a little bit insight. I really hope I can like be open on this channel and just really connect with you guys, connect with anybody else who's in similar situations, whether it's for mental health reasons or physical health reasons. And yeah. Moving on to the next question. Where do you sell your products? So, like I said, I obviously started my Etsy shop in 2019, selling completely different to how I sell now and what I sell now. But Etsy is my main platform for selling on. I don't sell anywhere else. I made a Shopify in 2022. It took me ages because I am clueless when it comes to anything website, like design, tech, anything like that. It's just not my strong point. So yeah, it took me a while to make my website. I'd had a lot of problems with Etsy, which I'll maybe go into another time in another video if you want to hear about the long road I've had with Etsy. I'd had some problems. I just wanted another platform for security reasons, like for, not security as in like hacking, like security as in if anything happened to my Etsy shop, that's not my sole selling platform. I do have something else to fall back on. And I'd heard a lot of good things about Shopify and seen a lot of other small businesses sell on there. So yeah, made my Shopify. Unfortunately, I just didn't get the sales on there like I was getting on Etsy, and it wasn't beneficial for me to stay paying the like £30 a month when I just wasn't getting the sales. I think I barely even got 10 sales and I panicked and I was like, no, this is not worth it. So my Shopify is currently still open. I still pay like a small amount of money a month to keep that open, but you can't buy products on there because I just can't let it go because it took me so long to do. It'll still have like my old logo and everything like that on it because I've not been on since I decided to close it, but I just feel like maybe one day we'll make it back on the website. Everybody has a different experience with Etsy, Shopify, or wherever you decide to sell your products. For me, Etsy brings in all of my sales. So aside from obviously marketing and social media, Etsy are my main platform for selling. What inspires your art? My main inspiration for my designs, my creativity, anything like that would be Pinterest is my number one. I love Pinterest as an app. I feel like it's the most creative app in my opinion. Very aesthetic, easy to come across like other people's designs, other people's homes and fashion, because that's another thing that really influences my designs is other people's homes, other people's fashion, nails, like nail art. I would say they're my main inspiration for my creativity. Other than that, I would say just general like day-to-day life. It's funny, like somebody will say something and I don't know how, but it like triggers something in me and I get my notes out and I've got an idea for a design. It's really bizarre how like things just come to you. Yeah, nature, just life itself inspires a lot of my art. Sometimes I'll wake up in the middle of the night with an idea and like I'll be on my notes, writing or drawing. Again, memories, I would say memories can inspire art. Places you've been to, other people's art. Like I always think some people go a bit like too far when they say like you can't use other people for inspiration, because that's the whole point of art and artists and creativity. Like, I love seeing what other people create, and as long as you're not copying designs, which again I've had a major incident with. I say major incident, it felt major at the time, with somebody stealing my business idea and exact designs, which again, if you want to hear about that, I am happy to go into that in another video. Just let me know in the comments if you want to hear about that. I think as long as you're not directly copying or being influenced in a way that you're just stealing somebody else's designs, I think it's really, what's the word, like, it's just inspiring to see other people creating art. So yeah, other artists inspire me. We're getting rainbows. Can we see the rainbow? Just on that as well, obviously from starting this YouTube channel this year, it's something that I've wanted to do for a while. I was just too scared to do it. And it's funny because I actually have a couples channel with my fiance Nathan that we've been posting on for so long now. I'll leave it linked below if you are interested in like lifestyle and home kind of content. But yeah, I was so nervous to start this channel on my own because I feel like it's a really vulnerable thing to show every stage of like your art process and your creativity process and your workspace and everything. But I spend a lot of time on my own and I love YouTube, so that's the reason I created this channel. Bring you along on my days in the studio and just kind of feel like I've got somebody else here with me. Small business YouTubers that I really enjoy. Uncomfy, she just seems like the sweetest little person I've ever seen. Like, her artwork, the things she creates with her polymer clay is just incredible. I just sit there like half the time with my mouth open, just amazed at what she creates. And the aesthetic and everything of her vlogs is 100% up my street. If I had that kind of creativity to create vlogs like that, I've made it, honestly, truly. I have made it. So maybe in a few years time, if my videos on any kind of level like that, we've made it, guys, we've really made it. But yeah, I love Uncomfy. Blushed Designs Co. Is it Blush Design or Blush Designs Co? She does punch needling, which is a skill. Me and Nathan have recently got into punch needling, and the pain in the wrist, the concentration it takes is just incredible. I think she's amazing. I just really enjoy her vlogs because most of them are quite longer form vlogs, so they're easy to put on when I'm doing my own painting. And yeah, I just think she's really sweet. Prince by Millie, she has the cutest voice ever. When I listen to her, I feel so relaxed and yeah, just comforted. So she sells, obviously it's in the name, prints and stationery and little bits and bobs like that. She's one of the first small business accounts that I actually found when I started this channel, so I feel like she'll always have a little place. And yeah, again, I love her studio vlogs. There's nothing better than just putting a studio vlog on when you're in the studio yourself. Quick drink break because I've already been talking for half an hour, which is wild. Lolita, which I think is a channel, Lolita by Lolita, I think. She sells ceramics, handmade ceramics, which hats off to her because I would love to have a pottery wheel and get into ceramics, but that just seems like such a long way in the future right now. I've watched her for years now as just an everyday normal person. I love seeing into her small business, and she lives in Australia. She's been traveling a lot recently, but she lives in Australia, and that to me is like another life. So yeah, I love watching her. And then the final one I'm going to mention today is Cozy K. Now, she's actually not a small business owner, but her vlogs are like, she does a lot of hobbies in them. That's kind of the focus of her channel, is hobbies and learning different things and ways of self-care, as in like ways of release and just remembering to focus on having things that you enjoy and trying new things and everything like that. So her videos are always really long. She has like a little craft room, it's really cute, and yeah, I feel like me and her would be friends if she didn't live a million miles in another country. So I would love to know if you yourself have a small business, even if you don't post on YouTube. If you do post on YouTube, great, because I will never not need content to watch, especially when I'm working myself. But even if you just have a small business, leave it down below. I love to support other businesses. I love to check you out. When you own a small business, you spend so much time alone. It's nice to feel like online you've got that kind of friendship and community of people who are doing the same thing, the same way you would if you went out to a job and we were all going out to a job and doing this same thing. Any advice for people wanting to start a business? Okay, I get this question a lot, and I would say you've just got to go for it. When I first started, I had no idea. I did no research. Honestly, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, my postage system was just shocking. My packing, I was packing plant pots in bubble wrap in a mailing bag, not box, just a mailing bag. I didn't know anybody in business. I didn't have anybody to ask advice to, and yeah, right now that seems like common knowledge, but back then I didn't start this business with any money, any kind of income, loan, nothing. I literally started with the probably £20 I had to buy the pots and paints that I did. I think actually I used some paints that I'd got as a Christmas gift, because obviously I still enjoyed painting and stuff. I think I got the paints as a Christmas gift and I just used them to start with. My top tip is to just start. If you feel more comfortable doing research, of course do research, but you kind of, I feel like with a small business, you learn as you go. Like, I'm still learning 3 years in of things. Like, sometimes I'll do something and I'm like, oh, why have I done that? Or, yeah, no, not to do that next time. Like, ordering things, new products, new designs, anything like that. So whatever it is that you want to get into, just go for it, because what is the worst that can happen? The worst that could happen is it didn't work out because there's something better for you, or there's something different, or your life path is meant to go another way. I would say Etsy, if you're just starting out, is incredible. Yes, the fees are not ideal and a lot of money gets taken off you, but Etsy do everything for you. The process for listing items is really easy to follow once you've done it a few times, and they can bring in customers for you. You don't have to think like, I need to get my marketing down to a T, because Etsy do bring in a lot of customers, personally for me anyway. Make sure your photography is as good as it can be, and I don't mean you don't have to have anything fancy, you don't have to have like a fancy camera, a light box. You can literally use your phone, which is what I use. You can use free editing apps, and yeah, your photography is, and product photos is the thing that customers see first. So to me, it's got to be the thing that draws somebody in and shows your product off the best way that you physically can. So yeah, that's another tip. And just, it's hard, but be on as many like social platforms as you can. TikTok, everybody says it, but if you have a small business and you're not on TikTok, of course you can still do incredible, I don't doubt that, but if you need a boost, if you need help, if you just want to put your products out there to more people and just create the fun content, like I enjoy creating a lot of the content that I make on TikTok, so I would say definitely be on as many platforms as you can and just go for it. I believe you can do it. If you believe you can do it, we're on to a winner. And last question I'm gonna go on to from that is, have you ever thought about giving it up? And the honest answer to this is absolutely not. This business is everything to me. Like I mentioned earlier, I obviously don't want to get emotional, but this business is just everything to me. It truly is just everything to me. So I've never thought about giving it up. Have times got hard and I've worried and stressed that I can't keep the business going, definitely. Like, if you're not getting sales and people aren't shopping, or you haven't got the money to be putting into the business, it's definitely hard. But I always say, I've seen a lot of small businesses recently debate giving up because they're not getting the sales, and I just think if you can, and if that business is everything to you, just keep going, because I really truly believe we will get there someday. Like, sales will pick up again, your creativity will come back. Obviously, if you're not enjoying it anymore, that's a tricky one. That's kind of a different matter altogether. But for me, I've never not enjoyed this business from starting it, and I constantly get excited month on month about new things I'm going to do, new products I'm going to do. So yeah, for me, giving up just isn't an option, and I'm so thankful to my customers and other people online that just support me. I hope that's been an interesting video. I should probably take a drink before we outro. I hope the lighting's been okay. I know the background's not the best, most creative background, but I'm currently in what I call my studio. It's actually the spare bedroom in our house that we bought last year, and I'm still to decorate in here because I'm still deciding what I want to do, but that will of course be, I will of course be vlogging that for you guys, like the process of decorating this room and getting it all creative and fun and colourful. So yeah, make sure you subscribe if you want to see that. But other than that, I really hope you've enjoyed watching. I enjoyed making this one. I'd love to do a few more chatty videos within, like, in between the studio vlogs. Like, studio vlogs will be my main focus because that's just bringing you along on everything that I'm doing, and I feel like it's the best insight for you guys into my business and what I do day to day. And yeah, they will be my main focus, but I'd love to do some more chatty videos. So like I said, I can talk you through my experience on Etsy, I can talk you through copycats. Yeah, let me know if you want to see anything like that. Don't forget to like this video. Like I said, it really helps. It'll help my little small channel grow and find new people to inspire. And don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you hopefully in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!